Have you ever looked at your life and realized you were walking in the exact same footsteps as your mother? The same pain, the same heartbreak, the same silent suffering, as if some invisible force was pushing you to repeat her story? Bert Hellinger, the father of Family Constellations, revealed a truth so powerful and so uncomfortable that once you hear it, you can never look at your relationships or your family the same way again. Because many women, without even knowing it, are bound to repeat their mother's mistakes. This is not a coincidence. It is not bad luck. It is a hidden law of love that lives deep in the family system. Hellinger called it entanglement. When we unconsciously carry the destiny of someone in our family who came before us. For daughters, the strongest entanglement is often with the mother. You may think you are choosing freely, but in truth, you are loyal to your mother's fate, even if it destroys your happiness. This is why a woman may marry a man just like her father. This is why she may accept betrayal, poverty, or even illness as if she has no other choice. Because deep down her soul whispers, if my mother suffered, I will suffer too. If she carried this pain, then I must carry it as well. But why? And how can we break free? Today, you'll discover the truth that Bert Hellinger revealed about the hidden bond between mother and daughter, and how to finally step into your own destiny without repeating her mistakes. Bert Hellinger taught that the deepest force in every family system is loyalty. Not loyalty as we normally think of it, like being faithful to a friend. This loyalty is silent, unconscious, and almost unbreakable. A daughter looks at her mother's suffering and says, without words, if you could not be happy, then I will not be happier than you. If you were betrayed, I will be betrayed too. If you gave up on your dreams, I will also give them up. It is not rational. It is not logical. It is the soul's way of staying connected to the mother, even if it means repeating pain. Hellinger once said, children often say to their parents, better me than you. Out of love, they carry what does not belong to them. This invisible loyalty creates generations of repetition. Mothers who suffered abandonment and daughters who choose men who leave them. Mothers who lived in silence and submission and daughters who silence their own voice. Mothers who never felt loved and daughters who attract relationships without love. Every mother carries her own story. Sometimes it is a story of strength and love. But sometimes it is a story of pain, loss, or resignation. When the daughter looks at her mother, she doesn't just see her. She sees the shadow behind her, the disappointments, the silent tears, the dreams that died quietly. And without realizing it, she takes this shadow into her own life. She becomes the continuation of her mother's destiny. This is why so many women live lives that feel borrowed, as if they are not truly living for themselves, but for someone else's unfinished story. Imagine a daughter whose mother endured an unhappy marriage. The daughter grows up watching her mother suffer. She tells herself, I will never be like her. But years later, she finds herself in the same type of relationship. Different man, same pain. Why? Because what we reject, we also repeat. The unconscious loyalty is stronger than conscious willpower. Hellinger explained, what we exclude, we are bound to repeat. Only when we honor it can we be free from it. The daughter rejects her mother's suffering, yet remains bound to it. This is the trap of repetition. At the heart of it, this repetition is a form of love. A painful, blind love. A daughter thinks, if I suffer like you, then I am close to you. If I repeat your fate, I show my loyalty. But this love has a price. The daughter loses her own destiny. She blocks her own happiness. She becomes a prisoner of the past. This is why Hellinger always said, love must be guided by order. Blind love destroys. True love frees. So how can a woman free herself from repeating her mother's mistakes? The first step is recognition. To look honestly and say, yes, my mother suffered. Yes, I see it. And I honor her fate. The second step is separation. To tell her mother, in her heart, that was your destiny, and I respect it, but I will not take it as my own. And the third step is permission. to receive from her mother the words, "Daughter, I want you to be happier than me. I want you to go further. You do not need to repeat my mistakes to love me." Even if the mother never says these words out loud, the daughter can feel them in her heart when she opens herself to the truth. This is how the cycle ends. If you have ever felt trapped in repeating your mother's destiny, know this: you are not alone. Millions of women carry the same invisible loyalty. But today, with Bert Hellinger's wisdom, you can take the first step toward freedom, to honor your mother's fate, and then to step into your own. Because true love does not mean repeating her pain. True love means going further, living the life your mother could not live, and by doing so, giving her story a new ending. If this message touched you, remember, you are not just a continuation of your mother's past. You are the beginning of something new. Subscribe for more insights from Bert Hellinger's teachings. Share this video with someone who might be repeating their family's patterns. And tell me in the comments, which part of your mother's story do you feel repeating in your own life? Your story matters. And this is the place where hidden truths come to light.